Hello, hello. Welcome back again. Uh, Thank you for sticking with me. I had to take a mental health day last Thursday. That's why Mrs. Cypher stepped in to do some, World of Warcraft and chill and all of that. I'm doing much better today. So I think today we're going to work on. You know what? Why don't I finish up my rogue since, she's already level 53. 60 is the cap. Uh, the guild on the alliance side is looking for more DPS to run upper level things, so I figure the faster I can get her leveled all the way, the better. Some more rouges are overpowdered. Oh my goodness. Mrs. Cypher had to hand me something. That is my hair.
Little bunny foo foo hopping through the forest.
She's such a goofball sometimes. Oh my goodness. Anyways, let's get logged in. I'm surprised World of Warcraft came up so quickly, as they seem to be having, authentication issues. So
far today, I have had BattleNet randomly disconnect me in the middle of conversations, but still leave me logged into the game. So if anybody else is having connection issues out there, good luck.
Oh yes. Bastion. Let's watch as my frame rate drops like all get out. I wonder if I can reduce the distance draw, and that would help. And you hear the little ones in the background.
It is not here yet. Go back to your room.
Well, that seemed to help some.
Thank you for cleaning your room. Back up.
Kids are still learning a lot of very important things. So yep, bada bing, bada boom. You know how it goes. I gotta figure out where I'm supposed to be, because I haven't logged onto this character since the last time you guys saw me streaming it. So, let's see. I've gotta activate the beacon. Push the button, Frank. Thank you for hosting, Dragon. I appreciate it. See, that's what was supposed to go off last time, but it was still set for Christmas for some reason. Well, I appreciate it. Hey, I'm sorry I wasn't there for your push, but, I try to support you how I can.
Polymarch, we have urgent news for the Archon.
You are the ones from the Temple of Purity. Very well, then. You wish to be of service?
Still not sure how I feel
Finally, an audience
about
with the
all of
Archon.
the way they do things here. I don't know if I got the Binks information.
The Paragons have already assembled and await the Archon's arrival. It would be wise for you to listen until asked to speak.
Yeah, also, we might have a brief intermission. We are waiting for food to arrive. It was supposed to be here a little while ago, and, yeah.
Grump.
A little bit of hangry. checking on the status as we speak. Oh, it's on its way. Good. Gotta go up. If I had to guess, this is what
Her memories are unequivocal, Devos. Your hand has sworn herself to the Maw.
Covenant area is.
Lysonia. I never knew darkness lurked within her.
Remain humble. Go.
This is dire news for Siphonie. But the Archon has turned a deaf ear to such tidings in the past.
The circumstances have changed. Tell me of these Forsworn.
Most have merely lost faith, and may yet be redeemed. But some have fallen so far as to wield the power of the Maw itself.
It is true. This mortal has fought against Ascended who are in service of the Jailer. Lysonia is not the only one.
We do not know when or where the Forsworn will strike next, but strike they will.
What you speak of is unthinkable, but we must remain vigilant nonetheless. Paragons, return to your temples. Adrestes, monitor the wards. It appears you have a part to play in all of this, mortal. Let us see what comes of it. Go in service.
The Kyrian are, they're like, they force redemption on the souls, but you give up all of your past and history, and you're forced to forget who you were in a previous life.
Do you need a task?
In order for, you know, to be cleansed, and it's really shady.
Find your purity.
Yeah, it is pretty sketch. And their whole thing is
The
like
Temple of Loyalty's ward is
loyalty and
active. The
purity,
Kyrian,
and it
meditating
sounds like
on
a
their duty
giant
to
cult.
Bastion and the Archon, are safe.
It's like,
Peculiar.
you know, do I have to
ward
drink
of
the
purity
tea, or are
is
you going to make
disabled.
me into a eunuch?
This is surely what allowed the Forsworn to invade in such force.
Humility's ward stands strong. However, perhaps it would do the
past
Forsworn
memories
service
of
to
all
relearn the
Kyrian are
lessons
stored
taught
at
there.
the Temple of Wisdom. I am quite relieved to see its ward holding. The Ward of Courage holds. That is quite the relief.
See where, like,
Fools! The
Uther
Forsworn
there.
will triumph over the Archon!
well, and that's just the thing. So Uther here is the soul
Quickly,
of a paladin,
we must alert the pole
who
mob.
is like, yo dog, there's something wrong with what you guys are doing. So like, he's working with what would be the other side. And like the two Kyrian that are following me around right now, just, they don't know any better. So that's why they're blindly following.
What troubles you? Cassius will provide you with a Larian. Go, quickly.
Yes, Polemarch. Archon watch over us all.
You have faced much.
the Forsworn who destroyed the ward.
So
He
how
was
have
the one from
everybody?
Lasonia's
How has
memories.
everybody else been doing?
It seemed that their pact with the Maw was kept secret from him. I wonder, are the other Forsworn also unaware of it?
Hey, hey, look who else isn't on the no-fly list. Gotta get some twisted tea up in this bitch.
The ward has been sabotaged, as we agreed.
Good. Our allies are eager to strike.
The Kyrian temples will fall, and the Archon's reign shall be ended.
I am glad to see I am not yet alone. The Maldraxi attacked without warning.
So it's interesting that they
My
blame the
line for
Maldraxia
Paragon.
because the way everything is
By
structured
Xandria's spear.
is Maldraxxus is made up of 5 houses who are all kind of in battling because I think it was 2 or 3 of them are controlled by the jailer from the Maw. He's the head bad guy right now in the storyline. And then, like, Revendreth is filled with angsty vampires who are more concerned about the enema and their, you know, material wealth than anything else. You have the Ardenweald, which are the, like, the Night Fae, the forest folk that are like, we just want everybody to get along and, you know, to help take care of the forest. Then you got these sketchy bastards in Bastion who are like, hey, we want to cleanse your soul, but you have to give up all your memories and everything that made you unique. And then Oribos, which is kind of like the Crossroads. It's filled with people called
You've got the brokers.
the brokers.
And then you've got the followers of the Arbiter who decides what happens to you.
Yeah,
The
it's
all-wise
wise,
Arbiter.
All wise, all knowing, all
Blessed
like
be the purpose.
it's like get over yourself. So basically,
Can you remove a cat, please?
yeah, I had to remove a small black cat.
This is Lily.
This is Lilith is her full first name. Figure for a small black female cat that Lilith kind of fits it. But
You
yeah.
speak to the hand.
So not only do you have infighting
You
within the
betrayed your
factions of
ancient
each
oath to
zone, but
Maldraxxus
then they
leech.
like
Justice
fight with
will be
other
done.
zones. So that's fun. Oh, that's why I hadn't really played this one all that much, because she's currently set as subtlety. Oops. Might set her back to something that I know just for the time being.
Destroyed, and the Kyrian corpses harvested for our armies.
I think she was outlaw. That seems to work a little better. Nope, she was assassination. Oof. That looks right. Let's repoison the weapons. Get her structured.
And your
There we
kin
go.
shall be the first, but not the last.
Such with it! Mortal, push forward and secure the temple!
Oops, I'm not supposed to go through that yet.
You have my
That's a
attention.
portal to a dungeon. This character is
My
not
life
ready for those
will be
dungeons.
powerful.
Although it is a super convenient way to
You
work
speak
on
to the
completing that
hand.
quest.
Yeah.
Keep your wits about you. Our enemy has no honor.
Marvels exist on your. The sooner you find those parts, the sooner this Colossus can help clear their flyers.
Save every Kyrian that you can.
I will end
I have sheared off a portion of their anima. It will heal your wounds if you approach it.
Blessed armor. Just gonna sit here, spam Phantom Knives. Why? Because I can.
Anima powers all things in Bastion, even the mighty Colossi. This will help it retain its charge.
You know, I'd never heard what the plural of Colossus was. Yes. If we kill him, then he won't learn nothing. That would be pizza. Yay, pizza. Hold on. Watch out for the cat. Come on. That one likes to escape. So we have to be very careful about when the door is open. I think after Leo, our other cat's excursion out, he's less interested in going outside of the house. And then we have one other who's a tortoiseshell, and she's so neurotic that she'd probably run back inside the house once she got out. This is Sai, or Siren. She's the neurotic little tortie.
Okay, baby. Oh, you're sharp. Sorry. Jeez. Got another hole in my arm.
Well, are you surprised? Because I'm not.
No. How many breath sticks do you usually give the kids?
2 each.
Claim your parts!
No, thank you. I like my parts where they're at.
Stronger than you look.
Okay, so I have to say, what is it? Yankee Candle? Yeah, Witch's Brew and Pizza smell weird together.
You have my attention.
That was kind of out of nowhere.
My Zandria's spear.
Save the others.
This is one of Mechanicos's finest creations. It channels anima directly into blasts of energy.
They know what that says way too well.
Chance ends like this.
Charge in stealth. I ain't no dummy.
Now Thor is truly powerful if his magic penetrated this plating. He will not go down easily.
So, I'm taking suggestions as to what games to stream other than World of Warcraft. Because really with WoW there's only so much you can do and it kind of gets a little repetitive sometimes. I've actually got a fairly extensive library both on Steam and just in general. Oh goodness. I have a lot of the current AAA titles. I don't have Cyberpunk yet, but then again, I'm kind of glad I haven't spent money on it, seeing as how buggy it is. A lot of what I have are either first-person shooters, or I have almost all of Blizzard's games. I don't have a lot of the Activision games, so I don't have the Call of Duties and such, but yeah, I could actually do Diablo if people would be interested in seeing a stream of that. The storyline behind Diablo 3 is quite actually extensive and very fun to play. Right on. I think that between you, Dragon, and Mrs. Cypher, Diablo seems to be the winner so far.
To the hand.
I do have, I think, some of the Assassin's Creed games. I'd have to check. I know I have them on my PS4, but the problem is the Ripsaw capture card that I have, which is the Razer one, doesn't seem to like to have the audio go through properly, so... And I don't know if that's a setting that I'm doing wrong, or if it's, you know, some other conflict within my machine, because I've heard of things of that too.
Time to earn my glory.
This is so cheatery, because I mean, yeah, the eyes can see me, but like everything else, just gonna ignore that.
Huh?
Well, fine. So I have to attack him.
Me some fame.
Actually within Steam there is. I don't know if there is in Ubisoft's software, but I know with Steam you can do game share, where basically you log on to a friend's computer and they have access to any of the game library that has sharing enabled. I do the same thing with my little brother.
You have my attention. We shall all meet at the shattered span below.
He's actually
once our work is
got
done.
access to about 75% of the Steam library, which is, again, fairly extensive. It's like,
Do not forget to use the resonator. Last thing lies against us once.
it's like with all the id Software games that are partially Bethesda at this point. I've got all the Wolfenstein games and all the Doom games as of current. So like Doom Eternal and things like that. Because id Software pre-Bethesda actually had a bit of a mainline to my wallet in the same way that Blizzard does, because I'm a long-standing Doom and Wolfenstein fan, so... no, I do not. I've got to kill them, and then I can use the little crystal to get rid of their corpses.
Forget me.
Of course. I should have been killing them this entire time. Isn't it funny how that works that way? Okay, so that may be one too many for me to pull at this level. Oh, saved by the grace. Let's see, do I have anything that I can eat to heal? No, because this character is dumb. I have things to craft food, but I don't have any... Well, there we go. I'll just use the Vial of Serenity.
Do you even have the cooking skill?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you're not a total loser.
I do. And technically, I could make some grilled saberfish. In fact, actually, I should probably do that. Well, I can't. Oh yeah, Dragon. It's I bet you have around the same, if not potentially more than I do. Okay. Shadowland's cooking is weird. Because it's like, I'm gonna make a recipe. You gave me a bunch of them, and then here, have a new recipe. Have a second new recipe. What? I was just trying to cook some food. Well, in like... Okay. I have a little bit of an issue. And that's because, like, on my main character, I can technically make my legendary ring and necklace. Problem is I made the base of it. And until I've got, like, most of the one guy's memories replaced, then, like, I can't do anything with them. They're just white items with no
Forces have
stats.
gathered at the Shattered Span. I shall meet you there.
Surprisingly, I've looked on my shelves. In like my PS1 library is fairly large. My PS2 is large. My PS3 is kind of moderate, and then my PS4 I've got like maybe 10 physical discs, and then I've got maybe 8 or 9 games on my PS4. It's like, I don't know. And I think the worst part about it is at least 4 of the games are like HD remakes of games that I've already bought like twice or 3 times over.
One of those games is just for your kids.
Your forces are already
What was
pushed
that?
back.
One of your
You have
just for
lost.
kids.
Yeah.
You speak to the hand.
Oh yeah, the GameStop badges. Like, Ian used his up until he left the company. So did Ed and Sean and Montana. Like, everybody loved them, and they used them up until either they left the company or the company said, you're going in a different direction. AKA, we're closing this location down, so we're letting everybody go.
Buy me time.
You have my attention. My life.
I mean, I get that the one in Selene wasn't making a whole lot of money, but still.
Beasts. They will perish just like the rest.
I have Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on 3 different iterations. My original, the PS3 remake, and the PS4 remake. We bought Miss Cypher both the Spyro collection, and I think I got the Crash Bandicoot trilogy as well. I can't remember.
All you have? I expected more.
And then
We are
oh no, I got the Abe's Odyssey, the HD remakes for those.
Just a bit
Yeah,
longer.
it's been very sad, but I feel that GameStop kind of stretched themselves thin and tried to go too many directions at once. Instead of saying, okay, this is the core, this is what works, they were like, well, what we're doing at the core isn't working well enough. What can we do to fix it? Instead of going back and saying, okay, this is wrong, so we need to fix this, they were like, we're going to fix it by buying a whole bunch of companies that have absolutely nothing or very little to do with these. Like when they bought, one of the cellular companies. Like, why does GameStop need to own a cellular company? When they bought, ThinkGeek? They destroyed it. The nice thing about ThinkGeek is that it wasn't like dedicated to one or two different, types of games. It was games, science, nerdy stuff. Oh yeah, like a lot of the stores that they closed down, when they closed them down, just was like, why?
Fire when ready.
Or equally could be said is when they were opening stores. And then it came to light also that they had some really shady dealings where they purposefully opened stores next to Walmarts and Targets because they knew that people would steal games and peripherals from those big box chains and turn around and sell them to GameStop. And then they tried to kind of ice it with that whole, oh, well, you're supposed to use your ID and this, that, and the other thing. And then they saw a steady decline in people selling, games and new or like controllers and such. It's like you knew what your clientele was doing. You let it go until you got in trouble.
You cannot win this battle, Necromancer! Our courage never falters!
It will take more than courage to save you now.
My Paragon! You do not stand alone!
Ah, just the vessel I require.
For the Archon! For Bastion! What are you doing to me? No! No! No!
Thanatos!
I have perfected you! Now serve me by destroying our enemies. Yes, Master.
So, fun little factoid about a lot of these, the way that, like, the Maldraxian are designed. When you're over in China, they are completely different character models and such, because in China, it's a kind of a religious faux pas to show anything that, shows exposed bone or anything like that. So in order to satiate, so they could be in the Chinese markets, they had to reskin a lot of these characters.
What has driven you to this madness?
And so I think the reskinned versions with like sinewy skin stretched over the bone actually looks a lot creepier than just the exposed bone. Oh yeah, the whole thing with pre-owned games and all of that, it was just a big sham. It was designed to maximize profits with very little regard to actually helping out the consumer at all.
I stand against you.
There were times, and I questioned this when I worked there, that we were pricing used games for almost more than the brand new games. And of course, with sports games, the problem being is that instead of going to like a optional low-cost DLC model, they're like, yo dog, we're gonna release the same game every year, just slightly reskinned or tweaked for what's going on in the real world, but it's got the same game engine, and we're still gonna charge you $60 or more for that same game.
You will suffer for this, necromancer.
It could be argued the same with Pokemon, but that's also why at a certain point they were like, so we're not going to bring back all the same original Pokemon every single time. That's why they kept having to invent Pokemon. That's why there's like almost 1,000 Pokemon now. Because they realized, oh wait, we can't necessarily just resell the same game.
Artemidi will report to the Archon. We must
However,
return to Oribos and inform them of
sports
Malpraxis'
games
treachery.
are one of the highest resold, and that's why GameStop wouldn't pay very much for them, as Dragon can attest. Oh yeah, I mean, and the argument with the whole Skyrim and Fallout thing was that, oh, it's because if you buy used, we can't guarantee, you know, it has all of the extras that might have come in the box or anything.
We must travel to Oribos at once.
Oh, and the whole pennying out things, where if it didn't sell within a certain time frame, it would get marked down incrementally until at some point it would be like, okay, we're gonna penny it out and then turn around and throw it in the dumpster. In my 3 years of working there, I probably saved, God, several $1,000s worth of equipment, books, other things from going to the dumpster. Shit, some of them I was able to turn around and give to friends as Christmas gifts. Yeah, it's a lot of their things just didn't make sense. I think what I was trying to make the point with that, like Skyrim and such, it's that where the re-released non-legendary version was the $30 versus the legendary version that really didn't come with all that much, they were still charging a premium. Well, yeah, because there was a guy on YouTube, his whole shtick was like 3 or 5 times a week he would go dumpster diving at Best Buy and at GameStop, and then he would make a video about it. That's why a lot of them had to start locking it. One of the things that made me just sick to my stomach about working for Walmart is that when we were working at Walmart, if there was a display on the floor, let's say the high-end gaming computer, well, the moment that became no longer the display, it wouldn't get sent back to the manufacturer and refurbished or anything like that. It would actually get damaged out and put into the wall compactor in the back. Something that could have been resold or refurbished and sold. No, because it was actually more cost effective for Walmart that they would rather destroy it than send it off somewhere to be, you know, refurbished or resold. And Amazon is almost as bad. They've gotten better, but they do what's called bulk inventorying, where they put a lot of returns onto skids, and then they'll sell the skids for like basically pennies on the dollar. So you'll get like a 200-pound skid for like, let's say $500, but it might have, you know, $2,400 to $3,600 worth of stuff on it, or it might only have like $1,000 worth of stuff on it. So
all souls have their place.
yeah, I agree with you, Dragon, that I feel that once it becomes part of the trash, it's public domain. On the exception of, there are some privacy issues that I would address with that, where it's you know, it's still technically a federal offense to open somebody else's mail even if it's in the trash. But to ask for simple decorum from humans at this point,
trust in the purpose. This is most dire.
Yeah, I don't really have to explain that one.
We must not let war ravage this plane and unravel all that we have done.
The Necrolords are masters of warfare. It is true. But they have always used their power to defend the Shadowlands, not attack it. Mortal, you must learn their motives for striking at the Kyrian. Do whatever it takes to stop this conflict before it escalates further. Without the might of Maldraxxus on our side, I fear we have little hope of stopping the Banished One.
I guess there is something to be said about the storyline and the dialogue. I do enjoy it, but sometimes it gets to be
the way to
a little much.
Maldraxxus must be opened. Gather Cardelen and see it done.
Oh yeah, I think that if a retail store goes, hey, you know, this is unsellable, we're going to throw it in the trash, then by all means it should be, you know, free game for whomever. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. That goes back to that whole porch pirate thing.
Successful.
And, you know, as much as I don't like shelling out a bunch of money for something that could potentially be a privacy risk, I've actually considered getting, like, a ring or something like that. Especially after we had 2 pride flags ripped off of our porch. I had them hanging on the porch, and somebody came by and snatched it off. The first time it was just the grommets that were left behind. The second time they ripped it down so hard they actually bent the hooks that were holding it on there. And it was like, do you have so much hate in your heart that it was worth more to do that, you know?
Fate guides
than
us
to just
all.
leave it alone.
The Arbiter sees all truths.
Now we're gonna go to Maldraxxus. You know those lovely people who just attacked Bastion? Well, we're going to their little zone. And we get to see the conflict that's brewing over there. this would be a good time to kind of adjust the game sound. It's kind of funny because I have everything turned down. Like, even my headphones are set for like 35, and it's almost too loud. Like, I wouldn't want to even think about if I had everything cranked up to 100 and then even tried to push these past 10, how loud that would be. I'm also sorry that apparently I have ADD tonight. So, consistency, what's that? Yeah, that is part of the problem with the apartment living, or like living in part of a multi-household building, is that it lacks a lot of the privacy and the ability to have that sense of security. Now, technically, here this apartment is sectioned off from a larger building. There are 5 apartments in total. We're number 5. There's number 4. Number 1 is in the far back, and then 2 and 3 are upstairs. But, like, I said, screw it. I put a security camera out there after they stole the flags. I mean, I'm sure technically it goes against my lease, but you know what? Not like the landlord really does anything for his tenants anyways. So, I mean, if he really wanted me to take it down, I'd take it down. But not without a fight, really.
Thank goodness for a noise-canceling microphone.
Oh.
So they can't hear the neighbor's music right now.
Oh. Well, that's just coincidental. So, our neighbor in number 4 tends to rock out pretty loud for several hours during the day. A lot of it's not all that bad. Think generic, like, rock. But it does get a little unnerving, because, like, we'll be watching something quietly on the TV and then we can't hear it because of how loud their music is, you know? I really don't know what's up with his, you know, sound machine. It is questionable sometimes at best. Like, I'm all for white noise sometimes because silence gets to be too much. But like when it's just a steady hum, I don't know, man. Yeah, we run into that problem as well. Which is why, like, if the girls are ever rowdy, we tell them to, you know, tone it down because it shakes the whole apartment. I hate to have to tell them not to have, you know, fun because they're kids, but like, you know, I also don't want to be disruptive to the neighbors. And a lot of people aren't as considerate as we tend to be. We have an entire door that we don't use. It would technically be our front door. It's on this side of the house, but it's right next to the girls' bedroom. So, yeah, no. Especially when they were real little. Well, that's an interesting thing I just had to approve. So in chat, I had to approve the words crazy, trash, they, crap, they, hillbilly. I think the chat mod may be a little sensitive. They're like, I kind of understand crap and hillbilly, but they? Really? And trash? Like...
Nothing sweeter than the sound of combat.
Ah, yeah.
Never surrender.
Everything's been buggy as of late, all like online services. Like I was saying in the beginning of this stream, World of Warcraft was having a lot of issues with their authentication servers and still are. So, like, if I randomly get DC'd, that's part of the reason. Oh, Theater of Pain. That's another one of those consistent things for World of Warcraft, is that in every expansion, there is a, like, arena, or in this case, theater, that is mass combat, you know, sometimes within the storyline or sometimes not.
One combatant rises above the rest.
And it's up there with the poop quests, and for a long time the Nessingwary quest. So Nessingwary, like a end-all be-all to the crazy explorer guy. But I think technically he was almost killed in the last expansion, so I think that's why he didn't make an appearance in this one. I wish that I had this kind of staying power in the rest of the game. Because when you're in here for the first time doing this, you have like an enchantment that kind of gives you super strength, and you don't take as much damage, and
Grab a weapon and get in line. Prove your worth.
it's designed specifically to feed you along the storyline. Alright, well, thank you, Dragon, for stopping by as usual, and for also for hosting me. I hope that with whatever's going on tomorrow, it's positive, and try not to work too hard, you know? Pepsi. Hey, checkups are a good thing. Up until recently, I hate to admit, I had actually put off dental work and such that I desperately needed. And then we managed to get into a situation where we could not only afford to do it, but also had a reliable office to go to. So I've had teeth removed, I've had my teeth replaned, and my mouth feels so much better. I still have some teeth to be removed, but that will come with time. Don't want to remove too many teeth all at once, you know?
Another challenger falls.
Gotta wait for the particular champion to spawn so I can take him out. Now if I could only get my energy to regenerate faster.
One combatant rises above the rest.
Nope. No attack for you. I don't care what you were about to use. Not for you. Ooh. You know, some people pay extra for that. Will you stop backing away? Let me kill you!
Got some fresh meat. Clear the arena! The final clash is about to begin!
Ooh. New zone ability.
Got some fresh meat. Only 2 gladiators remain. One legend will grow.
I like it.
And the other will
Is that the normal icon or is that a new one? And the children singing in the background. And you can send that cleave to somebody else. Ooh. Remember, kiddies, don't stand in bad. Bad. Hello, Department of Redundancy?
A victor emerges.
Well, isn't that ugly?
Which house do they fight for?
Look closer, Garmo. We have a living mortal in our midst. Intriguing.
Zindane, is this the meddler who thwarted our attack?
The very one.
So, this mortal witnessed
Yeah, I
your
still gotta
treachery.
figure out some of the Twitch
Your
stuff.
house is invaded Bastion, an act that betrays everything the Primus stood for. The Primus is long gone, Crixus. Where is your hunger for glory? Or has the House of the Chosen lost its appetite? We are meant to defend the Shadowlands, not conquer it. You will recall your forces, or you will answer to my blade.
I think not, Crexus. Your blade shall be broken. Slay them all!
Again, I was talking about faction infighting.
To arms!
Outsider! Hold on. We are getting out of here.
Oh,
I am
so
Baroness Draka. The House of the Chosen stands
Draka.
with you. No time
A
for
little
talk.
bit of a
We move
tear
now.
from the storyline. It was later discovered that Draka is Thrall, his mother. Thrall was one of the original leaders of the more modern Horde. She died trying to get Thrall to safety.
Get away! Brace yourself!
And then we find out that her soul has been trapped in Maldraxxus, essentially. But she's become such this badass warrior that, yeah.
For the honor of the Blade Sworn.
I should probably check my bag for upgrades. I haven't done that in a while. Oof. That's some big oof right there. Maybe I should do that more regularly. I think part of it is because I don't like equipping greens, but I have to remember that right now I'm at the level where greens are kind of the newer upgraded gear. Right on. I think with this, since I'm in the new little zone, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a small break while I'm relatively safe. So I will be right back. I will see you then.
Graxus is home to those who lived for combat. Here, strength is valued and rewarded. We are the sworn defenders of the Shadowlands, but our leader, the Primus, has gone missing. Now, the 5 houses are at war. 2 have fallen. I won't let the throne be left. Always ready for battle. Even here, I protect the weak. Now goes the fight. For Praxis, for Acheron. Blood and thunder. Only the strong survive. Loktar. Strength chosen fight with strength and honor. We will crush the traitors and end this war.
Sorry, apparently we've hit the overtired part of the night for the kids. Bear with me, I'll be right back. thank you for your patience. Unfortunately, with what's going on in the world, I guess sometimes the girls don't exactly get the chance to get out and play as much as I would like them to. And sometimes that causes them to act out a little bit. Today is one of those days. Despite being asked several times not to play with cups of water on their table and what have not, they've made wet messes in their room.
War is at hand, and victory will be ours.
Mrs. Cypher is dealing with that.
Show him no fear, only respect.
You did well to pull the mortal from the arena. We could not let our enemies take them.
They have shown resilience and strength, qualities we need in these dire times.
Agreed. Put the mortal through their paces. Then join me in the necropolis. We have a war to wage.
I think, as I'm at a very good stopping point, I might end for the night. Hopefully with Thursday I will do a full 2 hours, and hopefully the kids won't be so restless. I want to thank everybody who's joined us, and especially if you've come back week after week. It is greatly appreciated. If you're discovering us for the very first time, welcome. I hope you'll join us again. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. EST. That's negative or minus 5 GMT for the international viewers. You can find me on Facebook under CypherX Gaming. You can find me at Twitch at CypherX, or you can find me on Twitter at CypherX Gaming. If you ever have a question, have a suggestion, or just want to know me better, feel free to message me through those services, and I will return your message as quickly as possible. I'm a stay-at-home dad with 2 kids, so I got a lot of time on my hands. And on that note, again, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you on Thursday, and have a wonderful night.